What is in your weightlifting bag? We're gonna cover all of the keys that you need when you're about to weightlift, and we're gonna start right now. So when we're showing up for a training session or we're showing up for a competition, one of the things that drives me absolutely insane is unprepared weightlifters. Weightlifters that come to a competition or they come to training, they go, I didn't have that. I don't have that piece of equipment, or I don't have that piece of apparatus. I don't have that apparatus that I need to optimize my performance. And so I actually like to look at packing your gym bag is a ritual, okay? And if we are going to be a world-class or an elite level version of ourselves, we need to have some sense of rituals. And if that ritual is established, that's gonna help us get into that mindset of becoming the best version of ourselves, okay? It's just like preparing for work. It's just like preparing for anything else in life. You need to think ahead and plan ahead to optimize what you're about to do. So we're gonna start with, first, you have to have a gym bag. That second key is now we've got our belt. We're gonna make sure if we're going heavy today, we've got our belt. Make sure it's a weightlifting belt, not a powerlifting belt. Okay, there are differences. I actually recommend using a leather hook grip belt. That's probably my favorite belt. I've used that in all my big squats that I don't do anymore, all my big pulls and deadlifts that I don't do anymore. It is by far though, my favorite belt, but a lot of people do like the Velcro belts because they're a little bit more comfortable at first. The leather belts take a little bit to break in, but they are absolutely fantastic. Once we get that set, we wanna make sure that we've got a large enough bag to pack everything into. The next thing that we need to do, get our sweet weightlifting shoes out of the bag. If you are an athlete, we should have weightlifting shoes. One thing that actually blows me away is that there's still Power 5 universities that spend millions upon millions of dollars on sports performance research, and they max out and they go very, very heavy in their collegiate football program lifting, and they don't use money to buy weightlifting shoes when they're doing heavy cleans, heavy snatches, heavy squats. Get weightlifting shoes, okay? And these are some old school ones. I actually really like this heel height specifically. I know Piros Dimas has specifically told me this heel height is almost absolutely perfect. We don't want it too high because that can push lifts forward. That's just a little bit of an aside. So we've got our belt, we've got our shoes. The next thing, so now we're preparing, we're looking at it and we're going, what do we need when we're actually lifting? If we like to wear knee sleeves, okay, we can have knee sleeves here. These are cheap ones that I got from Hook Grip. And if we don't want to use knee sleeves, we can use knee wraps, okay? So we've got our belt, we've got our knee sleeves, we've got our shoes, we've got our knee wraps if we prefer knee wraps over knee sleeves. Now, one thing I will bring up, nothing pisses me off more as a weightlifting coach than having someone say, hey, can you tell me when I need to wrap? And we're about to go compete, and there might only be one or two lifters that are up on the platform, and I have no idea who's moving at what point on the clock. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Knee wraps are fantastic. I love knee wraps, but in the competition, sometimes I will say knee sleeves are better than knee wraps. Now, maybe that's a whole nother video that we can go deep into. So we have the equipment that we're gonna use. We've got the knee sleeves or the wraps. We've got the shoes. We've got the belt. Now, the next two things that we need while we're competing or while we're training is going to be garage strength thumb tape or garage strength chalk, the chalk of champions, the high performance chalk. So we need to use these things when we're training. Okay, so these are optimal parts of training as a weightlifter. So now we can take this and we can say, all right, we've got everything that we need when we're training. Again, go to garagestrength.com, pick up your chalk and thumb tape today. We've got all this stuff laid out. Now, what do we need to warm up effectively? One of the big factors is that when we're in even international competitions, Haley Reichert, who's one of the best weightlifters in the world, one of the only weightlifters who has ever medaled at the Youth World Championships, Junior World Championships, and Senior World Championships, will travel with a PVC pipe. So she will bring this PVC pipe with her and use that as an actual warm-up. Now you can warm up your feet, warm up your knees, and at the same time, you can use this after you walk on it. You can actually use this to roll out your quads, roll out your hamstrings, roll out your calves, roll out your back, your glutes, anything along those lines. You can use this as a roller along with an actual warm-up apparatus. The next two keys, these are absolutely fantastic tools that you can use for warming up to optimize your performance as a weightlifter, okay? And that's going to be, first, the Garage Strength Powerlastic Mobility Band, okay? So this is a band that you can use to warm up your shoulders, to to warm up your triceps, to warm up your back. And you can even use the Power Elastic Strength Band. This is another one that's gonna help you warm up your hamstrings, your lower back, your shoulders, and it's going to be easy to travel with. You can even do this for mobility movements when you're inside of your hotel. So to recap, we've gotta have our belt, we've gotta have our knee sleeves, we've gotta have our knee wraps, we've gotta have our shoes. We also need to make sure that we have our PVC pipe here, and of course, go to garagestrength.com, pick up your thumb tape, pick up your chalk, make sure that you've got the Power Elastic mobility band and strength band. This is everything that you need inside of your gym bag to become an elite weightlifter. Because remember, freaks, if you wanna become a champion, you've gotta have this stuff in your gym bag. Peace.